Princess Jamila, the beloved daughter of King Elam of the prosperous kingdom of Gwandra, lived a life of opulence and privilege. She was known for her grace, intelligence, and beauty, with a heart as pure as gold. Her father, King Elam, was a benevolent ruler but also a fiercely protective father. He had grand ambitions for his daughter, believing she should marry within the nobility to strengthen the kingdom's alliances. One fateful evening, while walking in the royal gardens, Jamila's life took an unexpected turn. She stumbled upon Ode, a young servant, diligently tending to the garden. Ode was not just any servant, he was known for his kindness, integrity, and exceptional skill in the gardens. He possessed a quiet strength that Jamila found irresistibly appealing. "Good evening, Ode," Jamila greeted, her voice soft and melodic. Ode looked up, startled to see the princess. "Good evening, Princess Jamila," he replied, bowing respectfully. "Is there something I can assist you with?" "No, I merely wanted to enjoy the evening air. The flowers look beautiful tonight, thanks to your care," she complimented, her eyes twinkling. They began to talk, initially about the garden, but soon their conversations grew deeper, exploring dreams, hopes, and the world beyond the palace walls. As days turned into weeks, their meetings became a secret ritual, hidden from the ever-watchful eyes of King Elam. One moonlit night, under the canopy of stars, Ode and Jamila sat on a stone bench, their hands almost touching but not quite. The tension between them was palpable. "Jamila, I fear we are playing with fire," Ode whispered, his eyes filled with both longing and worry. Jamila turned to him, her heart pounding. "Ode, I cannot deny my feelings. You are the one who understands me, who sees me for who I am, not just as a princess." He sighed deeply, struggling with his emotions. "But your father, the king, he would never approve. He has other plans for you." Jamila's eyes hardened with determination. "My heart does not follow my father's plans. It follows you, Ode." Their faces drew closer, and they shared their first kiss, a tender yet passionate moment that sealed their fates. From that night on, their love blossomed, but so did the danger of their secret being discovered. King Elam, although preoccupied with matters of state, began to notice a change in his daughter. She seemed distracted, often lost in thought, with a peculiar glow about her. His protective instincts were aroused, and he decided to investigate discreetly. One evening, he summoned Zuberi, the head of the palace guards. "Zuberi, I have noticed something unusual about Jamila lately. I need you to keep a close watch on her. Report anything out of the ordinary." "Yes, Your Majesty," Zuberi replied, bowing. As Zuberi began his surveillance, Ode and Jamila became more cautious. They met in even more secluded parts of the palace, but the thrill of their secret love only intensified their bond. One night, as Jamila and Ode whispered sweet nothings to each other in a hidden alcove, Zuberi was patrolling nearby. They were so engrossed in their conversation that they didn't hear his approaching footsteps. "I will love you always, no matter the consequences," Ode murmured, his fingers brushing Jamila's cheek. "And are you?" Jamila replied, her eyes shining with devotion. Suddenly, they heard a twig snap, and both froze. "Someone's coming," Jamila hissed, her heart racing. Quickly, Ode pulled her behind a thick curtain just as Zuberi rounded the corner. The guard paused, sensing something amiss, but saw nothing. After a tense moment, he moved on. Ode and Jamila let out the breaths they had been holding. "That was too close," Ode whispered, his hand gripping hers tightly. "We must be more careful," Jamila agreed, her voice trembling with fear and excitement. Despite their best efforts, rumors began to spread within the palace. Servants whispered about the princess's frequent absences and the way she would smile secretly to herself. The tension grew until, one day, King Elam could no longer ignore the signs. He summoned Jamila to his private chambers. "My daughter," he began, his voice stern, "I have heard troubling whispers. Is there something you need to tell me?" Jamila's heart pounded, but she met her father's gaze steadily. "Father, I have nothing to hide." King Elam narrowed his eyes. "Do not lie to me, Jamila. I have always protected you and wished the best for you. Tell me the truth." Unable to contain herself any longer, Jamila took a deep breath. "Father, I am in love. But you will not approve of him." The king's face darkened. "Who is he?" "His name is Ode. He is a servant, but he is a good man, honorable and kind," she said, her voice pleading. King Elam's expression hardened. "A servant? Have you lost your mind, Jamila? You are a princess. You must marry someone of noble blood, someone who can strengthen our kingdom." Jamila's eyes filled with tears, but she stood her ground. "Father, my heart does not recognize titles. It recognizes love. And I love Ode." King Elam was furious. He summoned Ode to his chambers, intending to banish him from the kingdom. When Ode arrived, he bowed deeply, sensing the gravity of the situation. "Your Majesty," Ode began, "I know you disapprove of my relationship with your daughter. I did not mean to dishonor you or your family." King Elam glared at him. "You have overstepped your place, Ode. You will leave this palace and never return." Jamila, who had followed Ode, burst into the room. "Father, please, don't do this. If you send Ode away, you will break my heart." King Elam looked at his daughter, his expression softening slightly. "Jamila, you do not understand the consequences of your actions. This is for your own good." Ode stepped forward, his voice firm but respectful. "Your Majesty, I love Jamila more than my own life. I would never do anything to harm her or this kingdom. If you must punish someone, punish me, but do not take away our love." The king was silent for a long moment, his mind warring with itself. Finally, he spoke, his tone weary. "You both leave me no choice. If you are truly in love, then prove it. You will be exiled together. Survive the wilderness, and if you return after 1 year, I will bless your union." Jamila's eyes widened with both fear and hope. "We will do it, father. We will return." Exiled from the palace, Jamila and Ode faced countless hardships. They braved wild animals, harsh weather, and the uncertainty of survival. But their love, their unwavering bond, sustained them through every trial. One evening, as they sat by a fire, Ode took Jamila's hand. "We will make it, Jamila. Our love is stronger than any obstacle." Jamila smiled, her heart full. "As long as we are together, I have no doubt." Their year in exile was a test of their resilience and commitment. They grew stronger, both individually and as a couple. And as the days passed, their love only deepened. Exactly 1 year after their exile, Jamila and Ode returned to the palace gates, weary but triumphant. The guards, recognizing them, led them to the throne room where King Elam awaited. The king rose, his eyes wide with astonishment and a newfound respect. "You have returned." Jamila nodded, tears of joy streaming down her face. "We have, father. We survived, together." King Elam looked at Ode, seeing not a servant, but a man worthy of his daughter's love. "You have proven your love and your strength. I was wrong to doubt you." He embraced his daughter, then turned to Ode. "You have my blessing. Welcome back to the palace, not as a servant, but as a member of the royal family." Jamila and Ode embraced, their hearts soaring with happiness. Their love had triumphed against all odds, and with the king's blessing, they looked forward to a future filled with hope, love, and endless possibilities.